Maybe this is for an arthritic finger. So you make the poultice in the same way that I made the potato one. And can you see we've got about a ½ inch of plastic all the way around it. And let's say a lady has a painful joint here, an arthritic joint. Then you would put it on there and then you bandage it on. Now my suggestion is if you've got any painful joints and you're going to use ginger, apply it about 6 o'clock in the evening. Because if that joint is inflamed, the skin can get very, very hot. Some people have said, Barbara, my skin's burning. I said, the good news is your skin won't burn. But if you can handle it, sleep with it. And some people say, I can't handle the heat. I said, well, just take it off. Even just being on for half an hour will take some of the inflammation out of the joint.
Hello, I'm Barbara O'Neill. Today we're tackling a topic that affects many of us, especially as we age: inflammation and joint pain. If you've ever felt stiffness or discomfort in your joints, you're not alone. Studies show that around 40% of adults over 60 experience some form of joint pain, often linked to inflammation. Inflammation is a natural response in our bodies, but when it becomes chronic, it can lead to painful conditions like arthritis. In this video, we'll explore the relationship between inflammation and joint pain, discuss common triggers, and share effective strategies to reduce inflammation through diet and lifestyle changes. As a thank you for joining me today, we're giving away 100 free copies of my best-selling book to subscribers. So if you haven't yet, hit subscribe, like this video, and comment why you want to win.
Arthritis thrives in a very acid environment. So an acid environment in the body is one of the #1 causes of arthritis. Now, you can go back to look. Old injuries is often where arthritis can manifest itself. And there can be different factors there. There can be an inherited factor. There can be a factor of injury to that area, which makes it a little bit more susceptible. There can be an acid environment. Often a breaking of these laws. As Ellen White says, that disease is an effort of nature to free the system from conditions that arise because of a violation of the laws of health. And many people don't realize that. So I'd like to go through how a breaking of these laws could be a big contributing factor in arthritis we're seeing today. And I'd like to show you how restoring adherence to these laws can bring about a conquering of arthritis. So we're going to first of all look at pure air, and we've looked at this a few times. We're going to go to the cell where the glucose goes in. It goes through a 20-step pathway, and the 20-step pathway gives us 2 units of energy. It's the glycolytic pathway. The end result of the 20-step pathway is a chemical form of glucose called pyruvate. And pyruvate, as the chemical form of glucose, gets fed into the powerhouse, called the powerhouse because this 8-step pathway delivers to us 36 units of energy. This is the mitochondria, and inside that little pathway's called the Krebs cycle because of a Sir Ernest Krebs that first discovered it and named it. Now the difference is oxygen. This is an anaerobic pathway because it does not use oxygen. It uses the process of fermentation to produce energy. This 8-step pathway is called an aerobic pathway because it uses oxygen to produce energy. When every single cell in the body has enough oxygen to be giving that much energy, and we have 100 trillion cells in our body, and even though I've drawn that as if there's one pathway per cell, that is actually not true. Especially in muscle cells, you can have even hundreds of little mitochondria. So just look at the potential of energy in a body that has a well-oxygenated body. Oxygen is vital for the healing of the body, and oxygen is an alkaline substance. So the alkaline, let's make a list of alkaline substances, is oxygen. Arthritis thrives in an acid environment, so just that one simple step to begin with, oxygenating the body can make a difference with arthritis.
To further address arthritis and its causes, we must also consider the role of nutrition. The food we consume can significantly impact the body's pH balance. A diet high in processed foods, sugars, and unhealthy fats can lead to increased acidity, which in turn fosters an environment conducive to arthritis. Instead, focusing on a diet rich in whole foods, fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats can help maintain an alkaline environment in the body. Foods like leafy greens, nuts, seeds, and fatty fish provide essential nutrients and anti-inflammatory properties that can alleviate symptoms. Hydration is another crucial factor. Water helps flush toxins from the body, supports joint lubrication, and contributes to overall health. Dehydration can exacerbate inflammation and joint stiffness, making it essential to drink adequate amounts of water throughout the day. Regular physical activity is also vital in managing arthritis. Engaging in low-impact exercises such as walking, swimming, or cycling can help maintain joint flexibility, strengthen the muscles around the joints, and reduce pain. Exercise promotes the release of endorphins, which can act as natural pain relievers. However, it's essential to choose activities that are gentle on the joints to avoid exacerbating the condition.
And all your seeds. So they're your alkaline foods, whereas your acid foods, and the acid foods are the foods that can cause inflammation. So there's your refined sugar. Refined sugar is pure acid. Meat, it breaks down to a very acid substance. Cheese, the only cheese that isn't acid forming is like your fresh, your goat feta, things like that. But your hard yellow cheese, very acid forming. Alcohol has a very acid effect. Tobacco has an acid effect. And all your caffeine, foods and drinks, acid. All your other nuts, other than almond and Brazil. Almond and Brazil are your two alkaline nuts. So you can Google my name and Google, acid alkaline balance, and you can see a 50-minute presentation on it, or you can get Self-Heal by Design, where I have a chapter on it, but I'm just quickly touching on it now to show you the role that it plays in arthritis.
What kind of nuts for the acid?
Everything other than those two.
Pecans? Pecan?
Yep.
So even cashew?
Yeah, hear me out. So to maintain a correct acid alkaline in the balance in the body, we should be having 70 to 80% alkaline. So we need a little acid. I eat pecans, I love them, and cashews. But it's not the main part of my diet. And we should be having 20 to 30% acid-forming foods. So in my diet, my acid is coming from chickpeas, pecans, can you see that? Whereas with some people, just about all their food is acid. And that is a big contributing factor to arthritis. My mother died a cripple in a wheelchair with rheumatoid arthritis at the age of 51. And she ate lots of white bread, white cereal. She hardly drank any water. She drank lots of cups of tea and meat every day. My mum didn't realise that everything she was doing was contributing to her arthritis. Many people are sick in ignorance. And because my mum didn't drink water, she used to have headache tablets every day. See, drugs are very acid forming. These are the least acid, so I can't put drugs in there. There's not enough room, but you get it. So for someone to conquer arthritis, they need to go to the alkaline forming foods.
To effectively manage arthritis, focusing on alkaline forming foods is crucial. Incorporating a variety of fruits and vegetables can greatly benefit overall health. Leafy greens, such as spinach, kale and Swiss chard, are excellent choices. They are rich in essential vitamins and minerals, providing anti-inflammatory properties that support joint health. Additionally, cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and cauliflower can help combat inflammation due to their high levels of antioxidants. Fruits also play a vital role in an alkaline diet. Berries such as blueberries, strawberries and raspberries are packed with antioxidants that can help reduce inflammation. Citrus fruits like lemons and limes, although acidic in nature, have an alkalizing effect once metabolized. Their vitamin C content also supports collagen production, which is important for maintaining healthy joints. Whole grains like quinoa and brown rice can provide essential nutrients while maintaining a balanced pH. They are good alternatives to refined grains, which can be acid-forming. Additionally, healthy fats from sources like avocados, olive oil and nuts can help reduce inflammation. Omega-3 fatty acids found in fatty fish, such as salmon and sardines, are particularly beneficial for joint health.
Now we're going to look at what you can do with ginger externally. So I always take a plate and I always take the plastic square. Again, you can use a wool square next to that, but you still need that plastic backing so that it doesn't wet all your clothes and also so it insulates. And then we put a cloth over it, and it's usually around this size, and then I grate straight onto it. So why would I use a ginger poultice? I would use a ginger poultice for an inflamed joint. So the easiest way to remember this is ginger is for joints. So that would be gout, it would be arthritis, also a sore back, an inflamed back. Now when someone's got an inflamed back, they usually put a hot water bottle on it, is that right? But if the back is hurting because of inflammation, where's my knife here? The hot water bottle will relax, and you know the reason why the hot water bottle relaxes is because when we're in pain, the muscles around that area tighten and cramp. Basically, they go out in sympathy with the pain. And you put a hot water bottle on that and it relaxes those cramping muscles. So you do get some relief, but it does not help the inflammation. It can even make it worse. But ginger, if you apply a ginger poultice anywhere where there's inflammation, the ginger pulls the inflammation out of the joint to the skin, and the skin gets really hot. So if you apply this to the lower back, the heat relaxes the muscles, and yet the ginger is reducing the inflammation. So you do about that much, and then how you make the poultice is you put the left side over and the right side over, and the bottom comes up and the top goes down. So you can see I've made like a little package there. And then I turn that over, and the part that's touching the skin is where you've just got one layer. And the beauty of this little package also is that you've got a few layers behind, so that if it is quite wet, it will help to soak up any drips. And then you will apply that to the area. Now let's say that I have an inflamed joint, then you would apply it to the area there. But you can see even with the plastic on that, not much is touching the skin. It's only the very edges. And then you bandage that on. Now if someone has an inflamed joint, say a wrist or an ankle or a knee or toes, we apply the ginger poultice, or even in a sore back, we apply the ginger poultice maybe about 6 o'clock in the evening. And within half an hour, if there's inflammation in there, the skin gets very hot. And then the person has the choice when they're going to bed, is that heat all right? Because if it's too hot, they can just take it off. But if it feels good to them, they can go to sleep. If you put it on just before bed and the skin gets really hot, it could wake up and cause discomfort. But when people have gout or arthritis, the heat is usually very, very nice. And again, for a sore lower back, it's very nice because, again, it pulls the inflammation out of the joint and the heat relaxes those muscles that tend to cramp whenever there's pain.
When using ginger poultices, it's important to monitor how your body responds. If you start to feel any discomfort or irritation, remove the poultice immediately. The goal is to provide relief, not to cause further issues. It's also beneficial to keep the poultice on for at least 30 minutes to allow the ginger to work effectively. You might feel a soothing warmth as it penetrates deeper into the affected area. Ginger can also be beneficial for other ailments. For example, if you're dealing with muscle soreness after exercise or physical activity, a ginger poultice can help alleviate that discomfort. It aids in circulation, which promotes faster recovery. To make it even more effective, you can mix ginger with other natural ingredients like turmeric, which has anti-inflammatory properties. This combination can enhance the poultice's effectiveness and provide additional relief. In addition to poultices, ginger can be incorporated into your daily diet. Adding fresh ginger to your meals, smoothies or juices can help reduce inflammation from the inside out. It can also aid digestion, making it a great addition to meals that might otherwise lead to bloating or discomfort. Ginger tea is another excellent way to enjoy the benefits of this root. Drinking it regularly can help maintain overall health and wellness, especially during colder months when colds and flu are more common. You can sweeten your ginger tea with honey or lemon, both of which offer additional health benefits. For anyone who struggles with chronic pain or inflammation, including ginger in your routine may prove to be a simple yet effective strategy.
So I'll tell you the story of a lady who saw my lecture on YouTube. She emailed me the story, and she put the ginger poultice on her sore knee. She was so excited it reduced the pain by 50%. The skin did get hot. You see, all the inflammation's being drawn out. So the next morning, she made another one. And then she made another one for overnight. And when she woke up in the morning, the skin was all swollen and blistered. She said, "What have I done?" I said, "You've overdone it." You've just overdone it. You've just pulled too much inflammation out and it's irritated the skin. So if you do have an inflamed joint anywhere, just do it maybe for 4 hours in the afternoon or even overnight, but just don't do it non-stop because, again, you can inflame the skin. Not a problem because you just have to leave the skin, maybe put a castor oil compress on that knee until it settles right down. One lady said, "My skin's burning." And I said, "Actually, it won't burn, but what's the joint like?" And she said, "Oh, actually, it's good." We had one lady and she said, "I've got this swollen finger. The joint was swollen twice the size." She said, "This has been paining me for 2 years." So we made a tiny little ginger poultice, put it over, put a little bit of plastic over it to insulate, and then taped it on. And this is called a paper tape. This is a really soft tape on the skin. In the morning, she was so excited the joint had gone right down and she could move her finger. That was just one night. Sometimes it takes more than one night, but that ginger is excellent for joints. So remember, gout, arthritis, you can do it. One man said his big toe, he put it on his big toe and all the pain went out. And then the next toe was painful, so he put it on there. Then the next night, it was okay and had gone to the next one. He said it was jumping toes. I said, "Did it go to the next foot?" He said, "No." So again, you're just listening to the body. Now, this poultice, once it's used, because it's vegetable matter, has to be discarded.
Besides ginger, there are several herbal remedies that can effectively reduce inflammation and alleviate joint pain. One of the most well-known is turmeric, which contains curcumin, a compound with powerful anti-inflammatory properties. Incorporating turmeric into your diet, whether in curries, smoothies, or as a supplement, can help reduce pain and swelling in the joints. Adding black pepper can enhance curcumin absorption, making turmeric even more effective. Willow bark is another herbal option, often referred to as nature's aspirin due to its salicin content, which is similar to the active ingredient in aspirin. Willow bark can be taken as a tea or in capsule form, providing relief from pain and inflammation. Its natural analgesic properties make it beneficial for conditions like arthritis and lower back pain. Ginger, as previously mentioned, is excellent for reducing inflammation. It can be consumed fresh, dried, or as a tea. Some studies suggest that ginger may be particularly effective for osteoarthritis, helping to decrease pain and improve function. Boswellia serrata, commonly known as Indian frankincense, has been shown to inhibit inflammatory pathways in the body. Boswellia extracts can be taken in capsule form and are known to help improve joint mobility and reduce pain in those suffering from conditions like rheumatoid arthritis. Another effective herb is devil's claw, which has been traditionally used in African medicine for its anti-inflammatory properties. It can help relieve pain associated with arthritis and other inflammatory conditions. Devil's claw is usually available in tablet or extract form. Thank you for joining me today as we explored the connection between inflammation and joint pain. I hope you found the information helpful and empowering. Remember, small changes in your diet and lifestyle can make a big difference in managing inflammation and improving your joint health. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more content on health and wellness. Don't hesitate to share your thoughts or questions in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, take care of yourself and prioritize your health.